I'm I'm live. It says someone says 11:11. Hold on. What's up? All right. I wasn't trying to be too late. Welcome. What's up? Um Look, I know everybody is guess people are talking about it right now. The anticipation of this versus. I guess it's a one and only. What's up, Auntie Lee? I'm gonna end it so that everybody can get over to your channel, Auntie Leah. I know you're going to talk about the Nolan Wells situation, and we're going to speak on it. But yeah, it's a sad. What's up, Chaos? What's up, Becky? We'll do your thing, and we're gonna have some commentary for it too, because it's ridiculous. I think the bigger scheme of things needs to be brought to people's attention as far as what's going on with this Nolan Wells case. His throat missing? Really? Yeah. And again, we know how Mississippi play. People just gotta. We well, I'll talk about it later because this is just too much. No, no, no. We'll end it, in a decent time so that everybody can get. Because I want to hear what you got to say, and it's yeah. I don't know if people are not pissed off at the propaganda that's being pushed, at the lies that are being pushed, at the manipulation, the public manipulation that they're doing. If they're not pissed by now, man, but they know what they're doing, and it's a deeper level. What they're doing as far as with this case, and it's just sad. It's sad, but we'll tune in, and want to hear what you got to say. I'm going to speak on this from a different angle in regards to, I guess, the normal approach when people talk about entertainment industry verses and stuff like that. For those who don't know what a versus is, it's usually it started out as DJ battles, and then it eventually became something to where, what was the most famous one? And I had a good time on that one. I remember it was during the pandemic. I believe it was Big Daddy Kane and somebody. Am I tripping? Big Daddy Kane and KRS One. That one was good. That was good. Oops, hold on. Um, so Jack, were you present for Big Daddy Kane versus KRS One
Paris one
versus?
versus.
Maybe let
Salute,
me.
salute,
Maybe let me.
salute. What's going on, everyone? How are you doing? I am in the building. What have I missed so far?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Hold on. Let me get rid of
Oh,
this.
let me get rid of this.
See how they do us.
See how they do us.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there an echo today?
Okay. It shouldn't be
Okay. It
one
shouldn't
now.
be one now.
It's still one.
Still one.
Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
Really? Again?
All right. What about
All right. What
now?
about now?
Yep. Still
Yep.
one.
Still one.
All right, I'll
They
drop it.
they
There's
just
something going on.
yeah. Drop
Yeah.
out. Come
Drop out.
back.
Come back.
All right.
It's fucking
It's fucking
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Every time now.
We're gonna fix it. We'll fix it. Okay. We'll have Jack come back in. Brandy and Monica was your favorite one. What was your favorite verses, y'all? Y'all let me know. We're gonna fix the echo situation. Y'all let me know what your favorite verses was. Mine, like I said, personally, was Karis one, Big Daddy Kane. That was real good. And then No Limit and Cash Money. Those were some great ones. We had Brandy and Monica, like someone said. A lot of great verses, lots of great verses that have come out of that out of that venture. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it a venture. I think, yeah, yeah. Of course, they're playing games with the echo. I don't know what it is. Is it my channel? I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. But I think. Oh, we're gonna get over to kick. I'm gonna figure out something. I have an idea. I'm gonna try something with this kick. We're gonna do movie night or something, right? Have y'all seen that movie by Boots Riley called what's the name of that damn movie? I Love Boosters. I got an idea. I want to try something. I'm gonna literally try something or whatever. So if you are Patreon/kick, we're gonna just really do kick for this one. The reason why is because Patreon be tripping. Whitney and Mariah, uh, what do you mean as far as um Whitney and Mariah? No, no, Whitney Houston has passed on a long time ago. Mariah Carey. So you're saying if they would have done a Whitney and Mariah versus how that would have went? I mean, Whitney would smoke Mariah. Yeah. No, no, no. God's daughter versus is a what? How can I call it? What can I call it? In hip hop, we're just known for battling. That's instead of fighting, it's usually battles. And they created a platform to where people, artists for the most part, would go song for song against each other. So like if we had 50 Cent versus Nelly, usually it's like who had the big songs, what record can go up against, 50 Cent song Lollipop, or I mean Candy Shop, and Nelly having, what's the one? What was that one song that Nelly had? His first big song, "Hot Ish." I'm going down, down, baby, or whatever. Anyway, like these artists will go song for song, and who's got the best song. Now we got a rapper, two rappers, YG and Game, both from Compton. Well, technically, YG is from Paramount. I don't think people know that. Paramount is a suburb of LA. It's right next door to Compton, pretty much east of Compton. And that's where YG is from. Game is really from Compton. I went to Compton High with him. So he's somebody who's solidified for sure, Compton. His brother is for sure. Face. All right, you hear me?
Yes. Is there echo?
No echo. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So, Jag, before we were rudely interrupted, I was asking you, I said, what was your favorite verses?
Um, Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Like everybody keeps forgetting that all of that started during the pandemic.
Yeah.
It was Swiss Beats and who was it? Swiss
And Timberland?
and Timbaland that pretty
Yeah.
much set this whole thing up. And I kind of got privy to some inside dish inside there. Let me take my arms down because people think that I'm swollen and I'm sickly. It's because of the positioning of like if I put my arm, like I don't have teeny arms. I actually have like, I don't know. I guess I need to lose some weight. I done put on some weight. I done got big or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
Um I tell you one thing, better be worried about the size of this hole. But long and short, um, yeah, like I had some inside knowledge. I knew one of the guys who was mixing and doing the sound for that. He was part of the Roots crew. and I got to hear some really interesting ones. Matter of fact, I'll never forget when Ashanti, because technically, like verses between her and Keisha Cole was like Ashanti's like relaunch for her brand. Ashanti had been pretty quiet for quite some time, if you don't remember.
Yeah.
And that whole thing, it was very interesting. But what I was told by the guy, because I actually talked to him on the day that they were filming these, like I was on the phone with him. And it's wild because Patti LaBelle was stone drunk
Wow.
and Gladys Knight was prepared. And Gladys flamed Patty. And then on the day of Ashanti and Keisha Cole's was stone drunk. But the reason why she was drunk because they kept having all kinds of technical issues. Her in-ear monitors, first they couldn't be found, then they didn't work. Her entire her everything was completely off. And Ashanti's was perfect. So I
Wow.
started realizing that there was a theme, like they were staging these verses to make sure that one person crashed out and the other person looked brilliant.
Wow. So it's like so you've been to shows. I'm sure you of course you know how these shows and sometimes how these promoters and how these production people on the show
They'll
work.
change the
If
sound on purpose,
Yeah, I've seen that where you go in for the mic check, okay, it sound cool, but then when it's time for the actual show, your sound way off.
which is why people hated me because every time they tried to get me that way, I would literally take the mic and put the mic on the stand and open up my voice and say, hey. And you could hear me through the whole thing. So then it would force them to
Mm,
have to fix the sound because it was clear that there was
right.
sabotage afoot. Like
That's
I can do
crazy.
that. Kiki Wyatt can do that. But yeah, it's like that's that's what was going on. And shout out to Kilo Saunders for being the sound man to let me know that all of that was going on. And thank you for bringing DJ EQ back into my life, who's a part of the troll farm here on YouTube.
Yeah,
Uh,
that weirdo. She's a weirdo, straight up.
well, I mean, she would have to be. Look at who she married. Talib Kweli. Yeah, but like I said, it's the music world is very, 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 very small. But yeah, Kilo was the one that was, talking to me and letting me know how they were gaslighting artists in the backdrop of those verses
Wow.
for views.
That's some cold. Um, Speaking of views, now this current verses that's coming with YG and Game,
Mm,
and I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. And I don't care about the politics and none of that. First off, I'm gonna let y'all know. Uh, I grew up a little time in Compton. I graduated from Compton High. I
mhm.
went to high school with Game, and then maybe a decade later, got into it with I'll just say his little brother on some rap shit, right? Um, but Game know what time it is. Game know who I am, and I'm not no hater or nothing like that. And he's known me since Compton High. I had went to one high school, and my last year, I said, I'm gonna just go to Compton. I stayed down the street. I literally stayed down the street from Centennial High. Now, Centennial High is where Kendrick went. This is years later. Like it wasn't the same time because Kendrick is much younger. But Centennial is a blood school. Um, Everybody knew that. I think Lonzo went there for like a quick minute, and he ended up going to Gardena. But
Mhm.
Centennial has always been a blood school. Compton was known as a Crip school. I remember it was like if you did my life as a movie, and it was like my last year of high school, and let's say y'all remember that opening scene of like higher learning or something, but going into Compton High, because Compton High used to be a college. That's the funny thing. But going into Compton High, I remember the first day, some blood, a guy who was a blood, he was getting jumped. I think it was outside of the school. They beat the crap out of him. And I'm just, I'm a square dude. I'm just walking straight into the school. I'm going to learn,
Did
right?
they
Finish
did
up.
they get him like they got Christopher Blake Griffith in that elevator?
No, they got him like how they had old boy Caffeine when he played on Don't Menace to Society.
Oh wow.
Like they stomped him out. But that was the thing. It was like that school, and the reason why I went to Compton, because I didn't go to Centennial, is because I didn't know Bloods like that. I grew up in primarily Crip hoods. I was living in a Crip hood at the time. I wasn't a gangbanger, none of that. But I knew the politics. And it wasn't scared or nothing. I was just like, I'm not finna go do a year, because basically it's like jail when you go into these schools.
Hmm.
You're gonna do a year. I went my senior year. I was like, I'm not finna spend my senior year around a bunch of ignorant fools who's gonna be trying to sweat me about who I know, where I grew up, what blah blah. No, I said I'm gonna go to Compton. Plus, who did I know? I knew a bunch of like Compton Crip fools like Pocket Hood, um, the homie West, who else? Like, just I just knew a bunch of Crips up there. So it's like, I'll just go there, because
Well,
ain't nobody gonna mess with me or nothing.
before we move on, can we just do a little recap, because there's some people that are listening that are not sure exactly what the topic is, so they just want to just reset.
Yeah. Okay. So the topic at hand, Carla, there's a new versus that's going on tomorrow with YG and Game. Are you familiar with these rappers? They're from Compton, and technically YG is from Paramount, which is a city east of Compton. He's not from Compton. But long story short, it's about hip hop and it's about deception. I'll say deception. I'm letting y'all know my history when I was a young kid going to school. I went to high school with Game. He went to Compton High. I was establishing that Compton was primarily a Crip school. There's three high schools in Compton. There was Centennial, Compton High, and Dominguez. I think in Dominguez is closer to where YG's hood was. So most of the schools were some type of gang affiliation at the time. I don't know how it is now, but that's how it was. If it was in a particular neighborhood, then that meant, oh, predominantly that gang would control that school. Compton was just happened to be a Crip school, and the colors were blue, so it was perfect. And Centennial just happened to be a blood school in a blood neighborhood, and the colors were red. Ain't that wow? Like, really? That's just how it was, though. Now, I say all that to say I went to Compton High. First day I got there was a blood there, and he got chased out of the school, and he got beat so bad. He got beat bad. He was the only blood at that school. They beat him so bad. Rest of the school year, it was okay, Game, and not to put nobody's business out there. Um, because Game went to that school, Jayceon, and this is no lie. He knows. I'll tell him to his face. Everybody assumed, because I think he had connections to Santana Block Crip. That's a Crip gang out there in Compton. I think because his family, his mom's, all I'm not putting nobody business out there. I'm just saying
You always saying
he,
you ain't putting nobody business out there. Who
but I'm not.
cares?
I'm not. This is public. This is public. This is public
I know. I'm just
information
saying,
for the
well, who
most part.
cares? It's the game. That's like it's like teeing off on Urkel.
Okay,
Will
right.
anybody care? Like, let's just be honest. Game is only one step above Talib Green.
True. Ever since
He's
he and the reason,
barely
no, you're
more
right.
relevant.
He ain't got busted out, but I bust him out. See, he don't want I'm not gonna go there. And the reason why he and I have somewhat of a is because shout out to Razcast. That's one of the realest first rappers I ever met. Real dude. The big homie Battle Cat put him on. Razcast is a real dude. The same year I went to Compton High, I met Razcast at his house, and he gave me like a one-on-one interview about his album. His album Solo Nights dropped that year, and I met him 6 months later and was able to get a real in-depth interview with him. Dope dude. Raz got into it with Game. That's how I got into it with his little brother. Anyway, wasn't nothing crazy, no street politics or nothing like that. But long story short, everybody sees what the game is now. And I'm just letting y'all know when I first saw him with on a album on a poster with Dre, and he doing a I'm like, who? I was like, this dude look familiar. Boom. Oh, he went to Compton High. I remember him. Wait, he's a blood? So you could imagine how confused everyone was. Wait, what? So the whole thing was his brother, Big Face, and Big Face is a real dude. He's a real blood. Game's other family on his mom's side, Crip, Santana Block Crip. The blood side, his brother. So if you know the story about Game or whatever, he got, him and his brother. That's why he had to put on the blood thing. Because in Compton High, you wasn't no blood. You was a Crip or you was nothing. I was up there, I was a nobody. I wasn't no Crip and none of that. But I knew a gang of Crips. So the assumption was he was a Crip or Crip affiliated because he went to Compton High. If he was a blood, he would have went to Centennial. So I find it funny that we got YG and Game both on a versus. And guess what?
What?
The story of YG. And some people they can kiss my ass because they were talking about you look like YG. I don't look like no goddamn YG.
Not at
Why
all.
this thing not hold on.
You want to know what I find funny? You don't look nothing like that.
No, people are just jokes. But
People just talking.
YG was a Crip, formerly a Crip too.
Mhm.
The
I
the,
think
the
people just are what they want to be for whatever, the narrative that's being ran. What I will say is this. Um,
see,
okay,
look, Demon
so
Lord talking about the why bro look like YG.
it's fine because that just lets me know what it is. Like I report twice, and then
let
I
let
get you the hell
let
out of here.
them live. Don't just let them live. Don't trip. They
All
can say
right,
what they want to say. It's
then then
okay.
then I'll let it go.
But if he gets to really, yeah, then we gonna gang bang on him.
Well, I've already had to report like twice, so
Chill out, Demon Lord, and no, I don't look like YG. But no, YG
not
was a Crip. Was his whole little Paramount little gang that he was part of was a Crip hood. It's crazy. And what I'm saying is this, because Jag, I commend you for being someone who exposed the industry along with, the OG Professor Griff. And, there's others that are coming out now that are exposing the industry for what it really is. And the reason why I'm just, well, no, we got to give you your credit as far as, exposing.
I guess.
Somebody said, why'd you look like Marlon Wayans?
Actually, to me, I ain't gonna say nothing. I let it go.
Okay. And again, look,
It reminds me of the
this,
stripper that I used to know that used to give himself fellatio. He was
oh
very bendy
God.
and twisted.
I wish you would have kept that to yourself now. Like, what the
Sorry.
fuck? Jesus. Now
Yeah, he
see,
was the only he was one of the
I'm about
only
to end this.
strippers that I
You done,
knew.
you done, you done fucked up the whole live. I'm about to end this.
My bad. My bad.
What are you doing? Hey, side note, Game was a stripper.
I know. That's kind of why I brought it up.
No,
You know, hoe ass
people
and
remember
hoe
that whole
ass.
when that whole thing came out at first. See, there were no
I
cell
got
phones
a
back in the
I got a whack rapper friend that looks like hoe ass Jackson got a dump.
day.
Look like hoe ass Jackson, but it's
Peop-
it's cool.
one day I'll get deeper into the game stuff, Pauls. But he was running with Diddy. He was running with the Kardashians. He was a
Somebody should
stripper.
teach
Like, man,
Stefan Diggs that trick so he can stop getting tricked.
what the stripper trick? What you just come on, Jay?
Yeah.
Jesus, no, ugh,
For real, it would have saved him a whole lot of money.
Lord.
Whole ass nigga behavior, just whole ass.
Even if I had the ability to do that, I would not do that. I
I
can
know.
proudly say I have never had none of that in my mouth. Unlike some of
That's
these
what's
people in the
up.
industry.
That's what's up. I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm just it's seeing this guy's face is giving me, But
Gee,
YG
you
thorough though. Salute.
no. YG for the most part, the only and I ain't heard too much
He
about him
don't
like
look
that.
like no daggone Chris Brown either.
YG got into it with my nephews, and it was bad. Like this was before he got big, and I know they do not like this dude, and I get it. But anyway, um,
He looked like Christopher Williams' illegitimate son. Since
okay,
we being
so
ridiculous.
YG being a former Crip,
Hmm.
Game. I'm not saying Game was a Crip. I'm just gonna say I went to Compton High with Game, and it wasn't nothing but Crips up there.
Hmm.
So the irony, because when you go from blood to Crip, Crip to blood, they call you a transformer.
Ooh.
What did YG just do a song? He just got his little national, and I don't even think really people really cared about it like that, but he did a song about him dating a transgender or something, right?
I guess he's trying to be progressive.
Right, right. Anyway, for those who don't know, we do have a versus coming up. YG versus a game. It's gonna drop tomorrow or whatever. People are already like, Game's gonna win because I guess he has the more national hits, but YG is no joke because regionally he's done some things or whatever. It started with like the Tooted and Booted, and shout out to people don't know this. I did a song with the guy. What's his name? K
Is
Stu.
anybody gonna watch? Because there's been a couple of these verses that just happened. Ain't nobody watching.
People are not really checking for verses like that, especially if you got to get Game and YG. Like, yeah, it would have been. I could see Game versus like I'm trying to see like if we're gonna go hit for hit, because the
That's
thing
like the
is
$7 store versus Forever 21 or Rainbow.
oh damn, that's funny. Forever 21 in a $7 store. People finna go to the $7. I mean to the Forever 21. But if you're broke, you're gonna go anyway.
They not finna go nowhere because Forever 21 is closed.
Oh damn.
That's my point.
I thought you were like when they were open type shit. H&M versus the $7. You funny.
I'm gonna tell you what though. What are you talking about? Oh well, thank you, it's him. I'm gonna tell you what though. We got 124 people in the building. It's only
Man, if
28
y'all don't hit the
likes.
like button,
Like y'all just tripping right now.
y'all over
Y'all
here
hate.
playing.
Matter of fact, what we need to do is we need to just like chill. We need to give a moment of silence for the trolls that are mad and get these likes up. That's what we need to do. We need to get these likes up. Come on. Come on.
There we go. Yep.
Come on.
Y'all
Come
hit the
on.
like,
Come on.
please.
We need at least 50 more. At least 50 more, please. Let's keep on going. We getting there. We getting close to the right direction. There should be a surge.
Yeah, y'all hit the like button because I do got some information that I do want to drop on this particular topic
Uh,
because it's yeah.
uh-huh.
Thank
And
y'all.
we
Okay.
appreciate all gifts and super chats as well on this monetized platform.
Well, Jag, I'm not over here e-begging like a lot of these trolls. They
I
be over here
am. I am.
e-begging.
Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like.
Competitive. That's what it is. Competitive begging on YouTube. That's what these YouTubers be doing. They be, donate for my like. Y'all sound like church deacons who got the choir roll funding and
Close up the doors.
the.
Don't let nobody out. We gonna start turning into evangelists around here and lock
but
up
that's
all the doors until we get the likes right.
but that's how these YouTubers are turning into. They are turning into the church where you go and you put a little something in a donation. The pastor need gators. Yeah. But no, hit the like, hit the like. I do want to say something about the hypocrisy within hip hop. And that's what I was getting at as far as like you being someone to
Thank
expose.
you, Quincy. Appreciate you. Come on now. Come on now. A like
Oh,
is
thanks,
free.
Quincy. Appreciate it, Quincy.
We
Appreciate you.
appreciate, listen
Yeah.
to me, we appreciate the kind that jingles, but we rather have the kind that folds. Welcome to McDowell's. Please hit the
No,
like.
I'm gonna do an Umar. We appreciate that 20. Next time make it a 50. That's what Umar said. It was like,
And
oh yeah, I appreciate the donations. That 20 is good. Next time make it a
sidebar,
50.
sidebar. Are we gonna find out who that baby belonged to, who that baby pappy that Sukiana just had? Is it Rayford or is it Umar?
I guess we're gonna have to check by the ears.
I tell you one thing, Sukiana should not take pictures without being all fixed up.
Oh,
And I can see why Princess Love was embarrassed about the whole Sukiana Ray J thing once I got a good gander at that child. Laid up there, hair all shriveled, perm all shriveled up, looking like she was just, somebody looked like they just gave birth to her. She looked
damn.
all filmy.
Well, I wonder what the appeal was. She says she's Suki with the good coochie, so maybe that's how she
Yeah.
got him.
From what I heard, she she's Suki with the foul Sal. She just,
Oh, Suki with the sour coochie.
I don't know. You know, some people like a good sour beer.
Damn.
I
See,
know some
you be
people take
taking.
apple cider vinegar to the head.
Oh shit. Side note: why is Halle Berry at 60 plus years old advertising that she's talking about she's still juicy as a peach
Well, I
in
don't
that area?
understand. I don't understand why, because wasn't it like last year around Mother's Day, her and Van Hunt were low key like doing like lube endorsements
Yeah,
for
yeah.
lube? I bet you are juicy when you infuse yourself with a bunch of SEX wax.
She's like I guess she got her own little fuck sauce. She's probably gonna start promoting. Maybe I don't know.
Do you remember that when we went to the store and they were literally selling that and it was called the F sauce?
Yeah.
That was wild.
Hey, yo soy Samuel, we got you. Cool. All right. Uh, yeah, because it seems like somebody's spamming the. You're gonna get blocked. That's all I'm gonna say. Um. Anyway, anyway. Speaking of deception, because that's part of deception. Sukiana it was deceiving ninjas, and you got
I think that person just wanted you to say their name so that they could get a soundbite with me on camera.
got it. Well, I just told him. No, no, no. We just stay on topic, sir. That's all I'm saying. We welcome you here, but I don't. We're not even
Do
talking
we?
about TikTok or
Do
nothing.
we welcome?
Well, no, I welcome everyone. We're not
Well, I
talking
mean, we
about.
already got the view. Why don't we just put them in timeout?
No, let them live. It's
All
all
right.
good. Let them
Okay.
live.
ago. Did they like?
Carla said,
Did they like?
yeah, I'm sure they like. Please hit the like. Yo soy Samuel. Hola. Okay. Hey, what's up, Maria Madsen? Greetings from Arizona. You up the street. It's hot as hell in Arizona. You walk outside in some goddamn on what do you call them damn things? Uh anyway, just be careful because I know it's like 135
Ugh.
degrees out there.
Oh,
Okay,
oh my
so
God.
Jag, the exposure within the industry, right?
My big old lunch lady arms.
All you got to do is we both just got to hit the gym because I'm ready to man. Anybody run
Listen
up on
to me.
me?
I
All I need is
look.
2 weeks.
I ain't tripping off of my weight. They call that happy weight. They call that happiness.
Okay, so look, somebody said sausage. What the Mary? What are you talking about? Somebody. Well, it's him. He said he love your lunch lady arms. He want to lick them. He ready to lick your lunch lady arms.
Yeah. Good luck.
Anyway, the industry. What I want to say is this: if you heard my
Mm-hmm.
story about the game and him
Mm-hmm.
going to a school that's predominantly Crip, and then him going into the industry presenting himself as a blood, there's deception dealing with these artists. Now, number one, being from LA, they've always ran that program, that red and blue program.
Mm-hmm.
That's a CIA thing, Crips and Bloods. Um, they've always ran that. So when you're in LA now, remember that song, "Do You Gang Bang? I'll be outside with my gang gang." Remember that? That's really a thing where it's like I thought gang banging was gonna die out like at the end of the '90s, but it's been perpetuated
You love that
by
song.
it's been perpetuated though by the industry. They've kept it going. In fact, they've packed it up, commercialized it, and they sent it to New York. Like I remember Raz said it. You know it's off the hook when 031 is gang banging in Brooklyn. Like back in the day, gang banging was mainly an LA thing. Now it's everywhere.
They
It's
had it in the suburbs of South Jersey.
crazy.
No, not crazy when you think about it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. They packaged genocide.
Right.
They packaged it. They
And
packaged it and they incorporated it. So this way that the nationwide database could be constantly fueled. And then they
there
could
you
connect
go.
one
There,
region to another, to another, to another. And that's how
there
you
you
get the Hoovers with their RICO case. That's how
yep.
you get, all of these things going on. So
Yep. No.
y'all like
You
my t-shirt? Oh, shout out to my t-shirt. It says Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth.
shout out to Killer Priest. That's one of his songs. The basic instructions before leaving Earth. Life is a test on the quest for the universe. That's my ninja. Shout out to KP. Shout out to Killer Priest. One of the coldest Wu members, the Blesser Beat, and him and Black Diamond. Shout out to Killer Priest. But yeah, basic instruction before leaving Earth. That's a Bible. That's one of Killer Priest songs. Um, but yeah, back to what you were saying when it comes to them packaging up this gang bang and genocide. Hip hop was what? That's the funny thing. Bambaataa, and I don't give a care what y'all say about Bambaataa. Bambaataa did a good thing
Nuh-uh. So,
by
wait a minute. Pause. Somebody just said something that made me just like, Game
what's
is
that?
the MC Gusto of
Gusto.
modern time.
Straight out of low cash, coming from a ninja
Crazy
named
nigga
Gusto. I fuck your
Gusto.
bitch because she a big hoe. I fuck your sister. I fuck your cat. I would fuck your mom, but the bitch too fat.
Wow, you actually reached
I
back for
remember,
those lyrics.
I remember CB4. That was funny.
Oh,
Yeah, Bambaataa came into the game and it was about unity, having fun, peace, and love. The gangs all came together instead of battling and unaliving each other. They
mm-hmm.
said, we're going to battle. Okay, you got your graph artists over here. We're going to battle on the paper or on the walls. Or you got your MCs. We're going to battle with the mic. We're going to B-boy battle. We're going to DJ battle.
Dance,
Yeah, all that. It was
lock
still
it.
competition. It's almost like capoeira. It's almost like capoeira, right? Capoeira
Yeah,
is disguised as a dance, but it's really a martial art. It's really, yeah, it's really to fight. It's really to teach you how to fight.
yeah. Salute to Tom Brady's ex-wife. I hear she's fluent in it.
Damn. Okay, so yeah, look, check this out. Now that hip hop has gone global, it's only right for them to export the gang side. Like, let's go back to the far side. We had the far side, you had like PM
She
Dawn, you had
keeps
De
on
La Soul.
passing me by.
And the Far Side was one of my favorite groups out of LA. Like, of course, NWA was cool, but I gravitated towards the Far Side. Shout out
Farside was
to
super
Fat Lip.
dope.
Shout out to Slim Kid Trey, Booty Brown, Imani. I love them cats.
My
And
dear, my dear, my dear, you do not know me, but I know you very well. And let me tell you about the feelings I have for you, and I tried.
to make some sort of attempt, I simp. Damn, I
Damn,
wish
I
I
wish I
wasn't such a
wasn't
wimp.
such a wimp.
Fat Lip is cool. I saw Fat not too long ago when Razcast just dropped the shit. He came to DJ at the little spot. Shout out to
Oh,
Fat
that's
Lip.
what's
Good
up.
dude. Fat Lip's still around. He's off drugs. He's a good, yeah, yeah. Much love to Fat Lip.
Wow.
Yeah, Fat Lip is cool.
That's just
Now
like, can you imagine if I was to be like, yeah, man, I just ran into Foxy Brown. You know, she's still around, no longer prostituting. She can hear a little bit better. Like, what a compliment.
yeah, I just ran into Eve. She not licking ass through a condom anymore.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
That's the
Anyway,
see that don't clown Fat Lip like that. No, Fat Lip was
I'm
they
not clowning him. I ain't saying that shit.
they put them cats through a lot.
They did. They did.
Yeah, but no, what I was saying
You
was
know the Jazzy Fat Nasties. One of them is they sister. That's their sisters.
yeah, you told me I didn't know that. Well, the Jazzy Fat Nasties. I heard a story from Zoe Williams, and he tried to get them over to Maverick. He tried to get them over to Maverick Records. Yeah, yeah, I heard about that, and then Madonna didn't want him like that. Like, yeah, I heard. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Um, Curtis Jackson,
They ended up with the Roots instead.
the real goddess of Philly. This is Kurt. Is this 50 Cent? Curtis Jackson? Of
No, of course not.
course not. Anyway, the the
The
game,
true
no pun
queen of hip
intended,
hop.
that they the game. That's right. That's right. The game that they ran on hip hop, and like I said, I thought in the '90s, end of the '90s, I was like, this gang banging shit is finna die. I think we about to get into some more conscious stuff, that blah whoop. And then next thing you know, I'm looking at some nigga from Harlem wearing pink, talking about dipset, dipset, dipset. I'm like, what part of the game is this? And then like my nigga Rascad said, 031 gang banging in Brooklyn. They exported all those gangs across the country. And then in the early aughts, I saw Game, someone I went to high school with, throwing up a big B with Dr. Dre co-signing them. I said, whoa, they ain't finna do nothing but keep this thing going. So
They was
why?
criminal swapping from one coast
pretty
for
much.
another. Like
So
how
so so
Cassidy ended up in LA from Philly.
yeah. Ooh. See, we got to talk about that separately.
Like how Corrupt ended up in LA from
Yeah,
Philly.
yeah. Well, corrupt was around some of my folks from 60. So
Like a lot of people forget Ricky was born and raised in Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania, right outside of the
yeah,
Philadelphia city line. That's
yeah.
how I know him
And
from
I know,
Philly.
and the funny thing is corrupt is a good tie-in because you knew him from Philly, and he was a Philly dude, and he came to LA and he landed right in the neighborhood that I was living in. Shout out to Big Lurch, who used to have the big trucks over there on 59th and 10th
He's the
Ave.
only other East Coast rapper that I can say assimilated into the West Coast as easily as Tupac did.
Yeah, he was.
Mhm.
And he came in over there in the 60s. That's why I said Big Lurch, rest in peace. I think Lurch has passed on, but he used to have the big trucks right there on 59th. Corrupt used to be over there. And this is pre Nipsey Hussle. When you started talking about the databases, and that's the first person I thought of, Nipsey Hussle. Not only Nip was a Rolling 60 Crip, he was also an African. So they have database for, well, he's African slash American. They have a database for Africans and African Americans because they do not want Africans and African Americans to ever link up. Nipsey Hussle was from Eritrea. His father was from Eritrea. His mother's from LA, United States. So he's African and American. So they had him in that database and they had him in the gang database. Ain't that a trip?
Wasn't Tiffany Trash's
Yeah, she's Eritrean as well.
she's part
And
Eritrean
American.
as well, isn't she? Yeah.
And American, yeah. Yes. So they have these three-letter alphabet boys, they have these programs where they run and they do this thing. They do this. So the database is strong with the gangs. If hip hop wouldn't have helped promote, remember what Snoop said, ain't no limit to this as long as we drop gangster shit. If hip hop wouldn't have kept pushing the gang banging agenda, I guarantee you the gang banging would have died down. We'd probably have something similar to the Panthers by now with the youth. So
Well,
everything that's going on with the Nolan Wells situation now, you would not have that type of response. You would have had brothers like a Bunchy Carter, um, Huey Newton, who would have told and encouraged everyone to get political. It would be a problem right now, but no, they got
music.
a lot of gangbangers. Go ahead.
I mean, I guess to a certain extent, I can agree with what you're saying, but I mean, like, okay, you got that before me. Um,
Yeah, punk mother. Go ahead.
like I see the larger picture. So for me, I know that everything that happened, it happened by design. It was all intentionally set up to be this way. Like everything that's happening is happening for a reason. So, you know, us getting political, where does that really lead? Where do people who are truly looking for real equality convince themselves that there's a possibility to get political and actually get something done? The truth is the closer you get to politics, the more corrupt whatever it is that you're trying to do becomes, because that's what government
Yeah,
is. It's corruption.
yeah, it is. It is.
Like let's just let's not let's be real about that. Like the simple fact that you have, you know, people that were on the Epstein list being connected to people that are being arrested right now who are claiming to have friendship ties with the administration, and nobody's talking about the Epstein files. Like, that's the thing that trips me out. Like, ever since those files came out, it's been one tragedy after another tragedy after another tragedy after another tragedy. And now here we are at Nolan Wells. And guess what? I'm not seeing any hype, like any real like headlines about the Epstein files at all.
No, not at all. And the funny thing
And
is
even
you just
worse than
mentioned
that, yeah.
no, no, no. I want you to pick up what you're saying, and I see where you're going. The Epstein files, the Tate brothers, them with the underage, and I was just talking about this on my last live about the honey traps, the honey pots. Go
Hmm.
ahead.
No, but I find it very interesting that nobody's really paying attention to all of that. And even worse than that, the one thing that the government doesn't want is for government corruption, like blatant government corruption, to be exposed on an election year. And I don't think anyone's really paying attention to that either.
No,
And the truth is, this Carmelo Anthony's case was pointing at direct government corruption. And now
it
nobody's
was
talking about that.
right.
They just found another black kid, and this one died. This one's not alive, being persecuted right now and having his civil liberties ran all over because justice for Nolan Wells got it. But what about justice for Carmelo Anthony? Because his civil liberties were ruined and he's sitting in jail.
Yeah,
And nobody's talking about it and nobody cares. Like, it's that whole thing has cooled off. And in meantime, in between time, two of the biggest figures. And up until now, I was curious about what Dr. um what's her name? Matthews,
hmm
Dr. Matthews. I can't remember her first name right now for whatever it's slipping my mind. But her constantly being attached to Charleston White is bothering me. It's bothering me. It's bothering me a lot because right after the verdict came, Dr. Matthews came up from Houston with her big old hat and with her jewelry and with her big talk. And she really reminds me of someone that I know, someone that I used to regard as family, who I know was cooperating with the authorities to undermine me. But she reminds me a lot. The way she talks, and I got me a degree, and I got my doctorate, and I run around and I expose people. And here we are, and I know that people expected us to be here for Carmelo, but I was busy because I was being persecuted. And now here I am, and we come and listen to me. Let me tell you about your judge. And your judge is this, and your judge is that. And I want to thank Charleston White for tapping me in, and da 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 da, and whoopty whoopty whoop, and yada yada yada. And then the next thing you know, Charleston White flips on the Anthony family, starts berating and degrading Carmelo Anthony directly, comes up with that awful watermelon felon t-shirt, which everyone is like, just it's like they're trying to play past it like that never happened. And Dr. Matthews ain't say nothing.
Mm.
It's funny because she's usually the first one to call out coon behavior and people making fun. And I make you taste the ancestors and all of that and going viral. But I don't know. And now you're inviting him to your birthday party in the Fifth Ward in Houston, and Charleston White goes down there, and then all of a sudden, Mob Ties is running up 30 deep, and all they do is pop your car up, and the police, who? I know you're very cool with. Haven't arrested nobody?
Let me say something.
You telling me you seen these people and these people came with you and pleaded with you and begged you? No, but see, this is all tying into what you're talking about with gang culture being
Yeah,
promoted rather
yeah.
than, destroyed, rather than demoted. Like I'm just trying to figure out. And then he doesn't go to the police to file charges or to give description because you still got one good eye, Charlie boy.
Uh, Barely.
You should be able to give a description of one of the 30 people that ran up on you that threatened your life while your little cousin's story about you raping her when she
It's
was
getting
11
drowned out.
years old is now
Yeah,
starting to get real traction.
yeah.
And
It's it.
Dr.
it-
Matthews invited you, and there's no security, and you ain't afraid of nobody. You the most fearless man on the internet. You're 5'5". Actually, you're shorter than that. You about 5'4.5". Cause I'm 5'5". And I'm looking at your hairline when I'm standing face to face with you in flats. You're 5'5" with one eye, and people supposed to be afraid of you? It ain't adding up. It ain't adding up. And Yosoi, if you use another curse word in here
yeah,
that
I
you
was
do
about
not
to say, bro.
misspell,
Ma'am, bro, whoever you
you're
are,
getting thrown up out of here.
you
You're getting
are
thrown
getting
up
out
out
of
of here.
here.
You're doing way too much.
You got to chill out. Be respectful in the chat. We don't do all that. Yeah. Charleston White would be the one-eyed witness uh, to actually take down the princes if that's what it was. I like you say, I don't think it was true. I don't think what
You
had
no,
happened.
listen to me. The last time he pulled a stunt like this was right when they were about to arrest him and charge him with 99 years for firearm possession when they picked him up and
Yeah.
then they released him in 24 hours and then
Yep.
all of a sudden he's snitching on Boosie. I'm just
I remember
saying,
that. I
like
remember that.
that was when we first started working together. So i
Yeah.
just i find it all very, very, very interesting that all of that is going on. And don't forget, it was like right around the time where he got ran up on at a barbershop and aka busting the head, and then he jumped online talking about it was all staged. And like, come on, like, everything is diversionary tactic, and I'm just sitting there looking at Frederick Jalla. You doing a whole lot. You doing a whole lot. Maybe you need to go back, leave Fargo and go back to Minneapolis and lay down on your stomach and on your face and let them pull some more of them hair follicles out of your head and get yourself back, together again. 29 years old
he
and you get hair
he's not used to
transplants.
laying. He's not used to laying on his stomach. I find that
Yes,
hard to
he
believe.
is. I believe he is. He looks just like the kind of guy that's real comfortable, face down, ass up.
That's the way he likes to. Yeah. Look,
Make his AdSense.
look. Charleston White. That whole little situation is suspect because I got respect for Jay Prince. I read his book and he talked about the many a times where he basically almost got set up by the Alphabet Boys and stuff like that, and I believe him. So because the thing is he was someone in the rap industry. He controlled the South to a degree, especially
The
Texas,
way they
and
ripped, the way they ripped, the way Rock Nation ripped Megan Thee Stallion out from underneath his company because that was his artist.
yeah, yeah,
And they keep trying to pin Takeoff on them. They keep trying to pin that. When the truth is they didn't have a vested interest in losing or getting rid of that young man. There are other people that had a vested interest, so
Yeah. Yeah. And then Drake's connections to him. Now, Drake, again, Drake was very instrumental in helping the Migos pop. And then
I
the Migos
know.
end up working with Rock Nation and stuff too. So
Exactly.
I find that interesting. It's
Very much
very
so.
interesting when you start really putting two and two together and you start seeing these psyops. And when you mentioned Charleston White, that's what came to my attention. You said the Fifth Ward. It just brought me to Jay Prince, and Jay Prince had some issues, and I don't know what other people say. I would put Jay Prince down as one of the real ones, if you ask me. So you got people who are going after certain.
In a list of bad guys, he's not so bad. He's not
He's not
as
that bad,
bad.
right? Not as bad. There you go. Because no one's neither all good or all bad. We know that. But what I'm saying is, yeah, like he would be someone who would really push the independent artists, especially how hip hop or music industry is just moving more towards independence anyway right now. Because peep the game.
Mhm.
He, it was him, supposedly, allegedly, him, Suge, Irv Gotti, and who was the other person? It was Irv on the east. It was Suge on the west. It was uh
And the Jigga Man started running his big old mouth.
yeah. He told they wanted to do a distribution, all like they want to do their own distribution thing, which would have
And he went and said, boss,
yeah.
they're trying to leave the plantation, boss.
That's
Boss,
why that's why I can't.
get the dogs. Get the dogs. They trying to
He
leave.
wa- he was like Steven from Django. That's why can't nobody tell me that Jigga ain't a Fed.
He was.
Well, he still is the Kaepernick side of the game too. That's why can't nobody tell me that Jigga is not fed it up because why would you go against Black Progress when you had Jay Prince, you had Suge Knight, you had Irv Gotti, they were all like, and I think was it Dame? I don't know if Dame was involved, but they all were supposed to say let's do this black distribution thing for hip hop, and that would have changed the game. Would have made so many millionaires. And Jigga said, "Nah, boss, I'm about to tell. Oh yeah, they over here doing it. You know what I'm saying? They over here doing this." And boom, who they got? I think Jay Prince got raided.
Boss, they made a run
Irv Gotti
for it.
got
They
raided.
trying to make a run for it. I heard them over there by the cooling shed.
Yeah.
They
Oh
need
yeah,
to
yeah.
go in
So
the
what?
hot box.
I think yeah. Somebody said I think it was Master P. I'm not sure. I forget, but all I'm saying is we know who was the Judas in that whole little situation. It was Bubble Lip. But you can't stop real underground, the real music. Like it's gonna bubble up. And when I say underground, I'm not talking about like in the sense how I was back in the day. I'm just saying real artistry, cats that are not trying to be connected to the industry and they just want to just get it out there and do what they need to do and not deal with the industry politics, not have to put on any put on any agendas, do any rituals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's gonna happen. And all they're doing is just trying to prevent the inevitable. Certain people within the industry. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So back to the topic though.
It
This
all ties
versus.
in. It all
Oh
ties
yeah,
in
yeah.
because this verses, in my opinion, I don't even understand it. I mean, I get it, but from what I've seen, the information that I was sharing with you earlier, um, they use it to relaunch brands for a
Yeah.
specific artist, and they use the
Yeah.
other artists involved to create the hoopla around it so that when they pull the trigger, and I'm just thinking like Game has released what, like a couple of mixtapes, and he was supposed to be releasing an album, and nobody was
Yeah, I
really
think he
talking about it. He's been like
Exactly.
trying to clout chase moments, and now all of a sudden he's doing a versus. And it's almost as suspect as these likes. We could use 50 more, please. And salute to
Uh,
all 200 plus in the building
we
right
could use
now.
75 more likes. Come on, y'all, hit the like
That
button.
part, that part, that part.
Okay, so somebody said YG is going on tour after this versus. Okay, that makes sense. It's interesting.
They're using it, of course, to relaunch and rebrand. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. Once this thing is over, if YG isn't considered the winner, that is definitely going to affect what? His attendance for his tour.
Nah, I don't know about that. I give it
Maybe
to
that's what they're
YG.
trying. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. We're gonna
What
see
I will
how it
say,
goes.
I'm not interested in watching it. I may check out some highlights, and not that I'm hating on any of them. Shout out to the game. Shout out to YG.
YG
But
versus the game.
but if you're from LA, you know, and it's a generational thing too. You know how certain songs that YG did. YG started out, like I said, tooted and booted. Um, K Stew,
Most likely sales over seats. Seats, this is going to be good promotion for people who want to see him live, but sales, that's where
nah,
I'm we'll
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah, nah. YG, it was K Stew, and who's your boy? I met him. He's cool. In fact, we were just talking about him. Ty Dolla Sign.
Oh yeah.
Pe- people don't even know the real story behind that whole Tooted and Booted because K Stu, and I got songs with him. Shout out to K Stu. He's from New York, um, Ravenswood. Now he wrote Tooted and Booted with Ty Dolla Sign. Y'all look it up. It's a mixtape called Raw and Bangin'. I think they got like Raw Volume 1, Volume 2. K Stu, Ty Dolla Sign. And shout out to Ty Dolla Sign. Shout out to K Stu. But I think K Stu wrote Tooted and Booted. YG, they gave it. It's almost like, do y'all hear these stories now of all these artists that are now coming out saying, yeah, certain such record label wanted to sign me, told me to take all my music off, and they ended up giving that song the whoop whoop whoop. The big artists that they got. It's like that. They used that one song, Tooted and Booted. It was a joint. It was blown up. It was underground. Gave it to YG. That launched YG. That song was big when it came out, and I hated that fucking song when it
Hmm.
came out because I was like, this shit is fucking stupid. But the kids loved it. It was a generational. Like this is generation beyond me. And then YG just got all these joints that are like that are generational. Like it's not. They're not big hits, but it's a regional thing, it's a generational thing. It just depends on who's watching this versus of who's going to consider the winner. Because of course, Game is known beyond the region. He's known more nationally, internationally to a degree. YG is more West Coast, and he got hits like YG. I wouldn't be surprised if YG wins though. Let me just keep it a buck. But at the same time, it's like,
I think he's the more deserving.
yeah. In fact, I don't know. We'll see. I might do it. I might watch it. We'll see. If I ain't got nothing to do, if I'm not done with my art, I might watch it. Anyway. Jag. Let's I've been here longer than I expected. Let's get out of here. I got an idea. Everybody, kick.com/Jaguar Right. That's where you could get Jaguar Right. Jaguar Right's on YouTube as well. If you look up the Jaguar Right Effect, or if you just go at Real Jag77, you'll find her. But I got an idea
And
for
please, guys, for whatever reason, I know you got an idea, but I just want to drop in here, shameless plug. Please check if you're subscribed to the Jaguar Right Effect. Make sure you're still subscribed, because they just
they've been
keep
unsubscribing.
unsubscribing people.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
subscribe there. And but what I'm asking, because I'm gonna try something with this kick. I want to try something movie night. We normally do Patreon today, 3
Yeah,
p.m. or
usually
so.
right now we're live on Patreon and now Patreon Kick. Um, because we're broadcasting, we're dual broadcasting, but it's yeah, we haven't I don't know. Are we doing it today? I don't know. What are we doing? Are we taking a
Let's
break or
try it.
what's
Maybe we'll break, but I think I want to try something with. I've been hearing about this movie, I Love Boosters, and we saw some of it. We didn't finish it. Maybe we can watch clips of it with the audience on Kick. I'm looking into the legalities of it, but I think we can get away with
that
that.
show was real that movie was real interesting and I can understand why I didn't get a whole lot of play.
Well, shout out to Boots Riley. You know, he was part of the Coup, the group, the Coup, and he's turned a director. Dude is a phenomenal like artist, straight up. Like the first song I heard of him was
No, he's
Fat
a
Cat's
great
Bigger Fish.
artist. He's a great
I don't know
artist.
if you I don't know if you remember that song, Fat Cat's Bigger Fish. Doo 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 doo
You know,
doo
I
doo.
didn't listen. I ain't got it.
Yo, that song. Okay, I know how you love Commons. I used to love her. That,
See, this
Commons,
is
I
the
used to
thing.
love her.
How about rather than you telling me about it, how about we take some time and you play it for me and
I am
explain
gonna
all
play
of
it. No,
the
I'm gonna
nuance?
play it. I'm gonna play it because it's just as powerful as I used to love her. That the song Fat Cat's Bigger Fish.
Ah,
Boots Riley did the song, and now he's the director of I Love Boosters, and he directed uh Sorry to Bother You, that came out some years back. Um, Dude is
yeah.
just a phenomenal artist. I give Boots his props. He's a phenomenal artist. But I did want to, yeah, like y'all check
Salute
out
to
that
MF
movie,
Doom in the building. His name popped
MF
up. I just gotta
Doom.
acknowledge that. Shout out to MF Doom. Rhymes
Shout
like
out to MF
dimes.
Doom. Rock
Rhymes
Cocaine
like
Flow. Come
dimes
on.
is like one of my favorite
What's the
underground
one where he
artists
sampled
that
Sade?
totally was like an unsung hero, huh?
What's the one where he sampled Sade? That's forever my shit. He sampled Kiss of Life.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Doom.
Wait a
Rest in
minute.
peace to Doom.
Wait a minute. What did your boy your flag man?
Yeah, they took I could
He
have
didn't
loved
do
you
Kiss
more.
of
He took I
Life.
could have loved you more.
I could love
We
you
thought it
more.
was Kiss of Life, but
Yeah.
it was no, I could have loved you more. No,
No, we kept
Doom
saying
took,
it was Kiss of Life, but I was saying no.
but
I
it
don't
was
think that's it. I think
I
because
could
I
have loved you
remember
more.
from the album was couldn't love you more.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could have loved you more. That was it. But Doom took Kiss of Life and
Couldn't
flipped
love you
it.
more. Yeah.
Doom took Kiss of Life and flipped it. Anyway. Auntie Leah, sorry, I was gonna end this sooner. If everybody get on over to Auntie Leah's, because it's about time to start
Indeed.
listening to.
Auntie Leah had a big day today too. Congratulations and salute. I heard you had your first blockbuster broadcast on your channel today. So salute and congratulations to
Yeah,
you. She
congrats,
was
congrats.
doing a live screening of the Nolan Wells
The
press
conference.
conference. Should we call it a press conference or should we call it a revival? Because it felt more like a church revival.
Yeah, I know people in the background gasping, and it's kind of wild.
And they took out his oh my god. That's what they have to do during
Well, yeah,
autopsies.
they have to do that during the autopsy. Yeah, they. Now the neck part, I get
You know
it.
what I
They
mean?
took
That's
his
like
neck.
somebody like talking about a baby, at a brisk, and when they circumcise, oh my god, like that's like making a big deal about a baby being circumcised when they cut off the tip of the peepers cut. Like people be real, they be really looking for oh my god. They be looking for that moment.
Right. All right, y'all. Um,
You make that much fuss when you ride over an armadillo? Or how about when you step on a roach? Do you make that much
oh,
fuss?
speaking of roaches, let me get going. You know, we're gonna skip the we'll play around with the kick though. Just yeah, all I would say is subscribe to the kick.com/Jaguar, right? Because we're gonna get on over there. We're gonna do a lot of music reviews and films, things like that. I'm tied to an organization that's doing some things with film festivals. So you know, imagine being able to check out some real dope independent film shorts or whatever documentaries, and we'd be the first one to we're going to do it over there. Like we'll probably interview the directors and stuff. In fact, if you are like a film director, whatever, you want to sit down with us and let us go over with our audience, maybe a snippet, a clip of something you got out there. Maybe it's on Tubi, maybe it's on whatever. Boom. Somebody said they people over here giving you all kind of props and praises. That's what's up.
Can I say something that's kind of off topic?
Go ahead. You already, yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Well, no, I want to ask permission because this is your platform, and sometimes I go off topic and I don't even, discuss it with you because I know how you are about producing your content. So I just wanted to. There was
No, no,
something that
no.
you said earlier.
Go ahead.
So yeah, Barb, it's kind of like last live reference. So I want to say that when it comes to these parasocial constructs and these parasocial relationships that people engage in, we need to start really just acknowledging the fact of what's real and what's not real. In no point in my life do I have to divulge, confirm, or even deny what's going on in my personal life. Like there's something that happened with the social media age and the parasocial relationship age where people kind of look at human beings as having to answer to people that they do not know. So I just wanted to say, like, people having things to say about if I'm in a relationship, who I'm in a relationship with, what that relationship is like, whether or not someone loves me or doesn't, whether or not someone's using me or not, whatever the case may be. Like, I need people to understand how weird that looks. It's very weird. Like, let's just be honest. Like when we talk about people like Cardi B or whoever, whatever celebrity, um, these social science projects.
Hmm.
Why do we care? Why do we care at all? Why are we so invested in other people's personal lives? Like, don't get me wrong, it's made a topic and it's content and it becomes commentary and we all discuss it and we all talk about it because it's out there and it's public. But see, it's one thing when you're online advertising your life. It's another thing when you're online and your life gets invaded. See, it's a big difference. See, there's a big difference between me and someone like Cardi B. Cardi B gets online. She is constantly promoting her personal life. She's constantly promoting her sex life. She's constantly promoting her kids. You know, once upon a time, did I share my personal parts of my personal life? Yeah, me and my family on our way to church. Me having a conversation with my grown son. Like, I didn't really spend a lot of time sharing my kids online because it's a bunch of strangers. from time to time I would put up pictures and stuff like that because family members followed me and I wasn't always close. I wasn't always around. But what I number one, Yo Soy, I hope you learn how to shut the fuck up.
I don't think Jag. I don't think. Look, I
So
give them the benefit of the doubt. It's probably what do you call it?
no, no, I no, because I think I understand who that person is. I'm looking at the tone of the comments, and they earned
Okay,
that one.
okay, got it.
They earned that. So, I'm sorry. You appear to be okay. Wow.
Let me take care
So
of that.
here we go. So here, no, do you see it? See, and that's why I said it for a reason because now here comes the other thing. See what I'm saying? Because see, what's happening is people don't like what I'm saying, and the
Right.
simple fact that that was a TikToker over here trying to gain traction so that they can clip this and take it back over to TikTok. Like it's kind of pathetic. Like it's really weird when clippers start talking about other people and how they're monetized or whatever the case may be. But let me say this, and you didn't have to hide them. They could have literally just went in and time out for 24 hours, 86,000 seconds or whatever.
Okay.
But
Okay, I can do that.
my point is, when people start talking about details regarding your life that you're not talking about, that's not a parasocial, a parasocial relationship where someone is actively and willingly engaging. That's your life being invaded. Am I wrong?
No.
If I'm not talking about the details of my personal life than anyone else talking about them, if I haven't shared them, it's invasion of privacy.
Correct.
So I just wanted to make that part clear because I've heard a lot of people talking about you, talking about me, talking about, this, that, and the third, and oh, this is why they're together, and this is why they're this, and this is why they're that. And this is, I'm sorry, huh? How? How do you have so much knowledge about something about people that you don't know? But see, that's the problem with the parasocial construct. It allows people who are stalkers and spies and invaders of privacy to appear as though all they're doing is content. But no, if I'm not making it public, then it's not public. See, that's the thing with public figures. A lot of people think, oh, well, you're a public figure, so you don't have the right to privacy. Well, actually, no, yes, I do. Anything that I promote, anything that I publicize, anything that I put out there. So, talking about my finances or talking about this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be, mm, you should be very careful because you're teeter tottering on the line of exposing yourself as a stalker. That's all. That's all I wanted to say. Like, I'm not Cardi B, and she's not me. Truth is, I've never been that big on publicizing my personal life. My second ex-husband was online with me and we talked about things and you know situation injected into my life, creating fake exposures with
Yeah.
inflammatory that isn't sharing that information, then how are you getting it? Because you surely didn't get it from me. And yeah, I'm like, oh, the sound is in and out now? That's wild.
Well, yeah, it probably is. It was like glitching, but don't trip. We about to get out of here anyway.
Oh,
We can maybe
I know.
we can maybe go a little live later about that more in depth because in all honesty, just to piggyback off of the last little live, yeah, that's pretty much all it is. These people are well, number one, I'm not a public person or a public
No,
I'm not I'm a private citizen, number
you're
one.
not a
Still
public,
am.
you're not a public,
Yeah.
you're not a public figure. And even working with me
Doesn't
doesn't
make me
make
one.
you a public
No.
figure.
So they
So
like I
when it
said,
comes
they
to,
oh no, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say when it comes, it's funny when it comes to all of the really awesome dope things about this person, nobody talks about that. It's just all of the inflammatory things that people try to use to
Well, hold up.
credit him.
If someone is saying my life is all online, where is it? And what have you confirmed? Let's start with that because that's where my investigation is going. Where did you get this
Well,
information?
that
Where
was,
my life?
and that's kind of like what I was talking about. A lot of people like to make it seem like the reason why people started exposing details of your life was because of me. And that's not true, which is why I said, even in the parasocial construct, I would bringing these things to the public for them to be considered fair play. Like I actually think I remember hearing someone saying, um, that the reason why they were exposing certain details about your life was because they were defending someone else against our narrative, you and my narrative. And that's funny because there was nothing ever discussed online. So, what narrative? What narrative would that be? It's just very interesting. I think people really don't realize because I don't address anything until it's brought to my doorstep. So where did it start? Where did it really come from? Like people have to be very, very, very careful at how you know, things are. And it's wild because I think we met. It was business. It's been business. It's always been business, has it not? I believe I introduced you as, you know, a moderator for the platform and a producer of the content. I don't know how anything turned from there, but interesting. Or maybe I'm wrong. Am I getting that wrong? Have no idea, but that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, well, appreciate that. All I'm saying is I said what I said on that last live, and You're not gonna trick me out of
And for
my
those who missed it,
position.
y'all should go check it
Y'all don't
out.
need to know.
Y'all should go
Y'all don't
check
need
it
to
out.
know. Y'all don't need to know anything about me than y'all already know. And if you got other information that I don't know, I guess maybe you should make it public and put it out there, and then how that plays out,
Yeah,
with the
I
court of
would like
law.
to know
But
how they got onto all of this stuff because it didn't come from me.
well, so anyway, again, and this ain't even a live to talk about what you're talking about. To be honest, not like that. I'm just saying
I'm not.
we ain't
I'm
even.
not.
Yeah,
I just that's why I asked for your permission to say what I had to say, and that was it.
because now we just went to another direction. But overall, you know, what other people need to do as far as how they've exposed themselves, I don't know. Y'all should go seek uh, legal counsel at this point because what's coming next is not going to be pretty. Anyway, my
Oh
battery
no,
is
Auntie Leah,
dying. This
you're about to
this
go live, so
live
everyone's
is
gonna head over
done.
there.
Everybody
Oh,
get over
okay.
to Auntie Leah
Auntie Leah.
and yeah, everybody get on over to Auntie Leah. We about to get on over there. My battery is dying. I don't know how long this live is gonna be up. No, this live's gonna be, but I gotta shut. My battery is pretty much dead. But yeah, we're gonna talk more about Nolan Wells' autopsy, and we already know it's some bullshit. Y'all don't fall for
Is it?
the stupid shit that they're doing. Battery is dying. We're shutting it down though. Let's get over to Auntie Leah's